Hello, and welcome to my new apartment. I know we just did an organizing stationery video a mere couple of months ago when I moved back home for summer, but I'm back in college now for the new semester, and as you can see, I have quite a lot of stationery to organize in today's video, and the fun part is I'm doing it in a new location with some new things. Lots of stuff going on today, and I'm really excited about it. All the stuff behind me are my bullet journals, my markers, my pens, my, what else? School supplies, filming supplies, sketchbooks, watercolors, ephemera, washi tapes, all the things that I use on a weekly basis for making videos for you, for journaling for myself, for going to school, things like that. And now that I'm in my new place, it needs a place to live. So today we're gonna work on that, and I hope you're excited for this video. As always, subscribe. I post new bullet journaling and other creative videos every single Saturday. And yeah, let's get right into it. Actually, wait, pause. Before we get into the full organization, you guys will see how this all turns out eventually. If you were admiring this beautiful new bamboo desk that I'm working on, it's because the sponsor of today's video is FlexiSpot, and they sent me this desk to show to you guys and to help set up my stationery corner. This is the FlexiSpot E6 standing desk with the white frame and the bamboo top in the size 24 inches by 48 inches, which is perfect for my space because, as you guys know, I love shooting videos on like a light brown surface, so the bamboo is so beautiful to mimic my old desks. And I also love the white frame because I like to brighten up the space and it matches the white accents I have in the rest of my room. Last night when I was building this, it took me a couple hours actually, because you can see the footage go from super light during the day to like dark at night. I did take a break halfway through, but it honestly was not even that hard. It is a little tricky trying to figure out where all the wiring goes and getting all the stuff built in place to be able to raise the standing desk up and down, because if you didn't know, standing desks are great because they can lower to a height where you can sit at it, but you can also stand while you work, which is great for exercise. If you stand while you work, get that blood flow going, you can even put a treadmill under your desk and walk while you're doing computer work, things like that. That's the kind of person I envision to be. I don't know if I am that person. Maybe I can try to be now with this new desk. Truly though, I needed a desk that was going to help me with all my stationery needs, whether that's filming, doing homework, journaling, and this is perfect because it fits snugly in the corner of my room. It looks beautiful, it's clean, it's minimal, but it has plenty of space to work. The top of the desk is actually so big, bigger than some of my older desks, and you can even get a bigger size if you want even bigger to fit like multiple computer monitors or something like that. The quality is fantastic, and I really do recommend these as a desk to elevate your space and just make it look that much more aesthetic, minimal, and give you a space to be productive. So if you're interested in trying FlexiSpot, I will have a link in the description box down below so you can go check out their full range of products. I really appreciate FlexiSpot for giving me this desk and sponsoring this video. I hope you guys check them out and love their products just as much as I do. And now with that being said, let's get into organizing literally everything. Literally everything. I'm really gonna have to get used to this like gray stance right here. I'm gonna have a lot more decor in my room eventually, but for now it's just plain white. I know we have a lot on my desk to tackle right now. There's a lot of stuff going on that needs a place, but before we can put it anywhere, we of course need to put together the place that it will eventually go. Can I English? Absolutely not. All I'm trying to say here is we have two things to put together, besides of course the lovely desk that we did last night. That was really great. But also, you guys should know my love for art cards. I have a blue one at home, I had a white one at my dorm, and I still have the pieces for the white one here. So these are the three tiers that are eventually going to make up my art cart, and I have the other bits as well under my bed. This will not take me very long to put together because I've done it like 4 times now, going back and forth from dorm to house and things like that, but we gotta make it yet again to sit next to my desk and hold the majority of my stationery. And then today I went out and bought a few things. I spent like way too much money on groceries, but I also got a book, which you'll see on my other channel, Sophie Joe. I also got these 2 tension rods that I'm going to use for a very special project around my bed, hopefully. And then I went to Daiso and I got this grid wall for a whopping $2.25. I love Daiso. And this is going to go on the wall above my desk because I feel like there is a lot of vertical space that we are not utilizing here because, again, as you can see, the walls are very big, they're very boring, they're very spacious. So to have something to cover them up, I'm gonna put this grid wall up and hopefully start like hanging things up on the wall. I also want to get more wall art, but that is a future project. And then for this grid wall, I also got 2 little baskets. This one is more vertical and then this one is more flat. These are going to hook onto the grid wall and just hold some basic things. And then lastly, I just got these like clips to hold the grid wall on the wall. So this doesn't require any like building per se. First, let's get my art cart put together so I can start getting this stuff off of my desk and into the art cart. know I said I've built this like multiple times before, but 15 minutes is actually a record for me. I'm quite proud of myself for that. The next step is to get the buckets for these. Y'all have seen these before in past videos. I've used this exact same cart before. This is nothing new, but I have these 3 buckets that basically just like sit in the very top shelf of this, and they hold my markers, specifically the water-based markers. And then I also have these 2 cups that have the hooks on the back of them, and they basically just like hook on to the front of these, so they stand like this in the front of the art cart, which you cannot see. It will basically look like this with the 5 little buckets in there. Currently there is more in here than just washi tape, but I have this bucket as well that has all of my washi tapes. I still have some more that I share with my sister that I left at the house for her, but this is like a good chunk of them, and then some like annotating tabs and post-its. It'll be organized, but this will also go in one of the bottom or medium shelves, I think. Oh, and also there's more. Once again, this is definitely something that you've seen before, but this is my stationery ephemera box. In it, I have even more little boxes. It's like 5 of these skinny little clear plastic boxes that hold different types of ephemera. When I'm at home, I keep it in this big box to keep it all together. But when I'm here, technically the little boxes fit on the shelf, but this itself is too big to go in it. So usually I just take them out of the big box and I'll put this in my closet somewhere for when I go back home eventually. It's like a lot of moving back and forth right now. I have a pretty nomadic lifestyle, I guess I would say, between college and home. That is the plan. And basically everything else will just find a home on this. But while I'm thinking about it, I think I need to get a Clorox wipe and clean out these buckets because they're looking a little dusty. That's a little gross. So let me get a wipe real quick. I mean, it's like partially my fault. I literally do just stick like pencils and pens in here face down all the time. So it makes sense there'd be a lot of like lead marks at the bottom. So I guess it is like more just like scratches and lead than it is actual dust, but there definitely is still some dust in there. Before you comment on me just dusting this on the ground, I'm going to vacuum today. Don't worry about it. Okay, it will be cleaned up. Okay, let's get you in a little bit closer. So like I said, this is kind of the vibe that we're looking at with these 2 little bits hanging off. And then there's a little space down here for extra stuff as well. A lot of my stationery is simply clutter, so I gotta have space to put everything. Now, if I grab my markers, this is mostly what we're looking at here. I also have my TBR jar and my stationery cup. This is like overlapping both my channels, but these are all the colors I have for my current bullet journal setup. You guys saw this last week if you didn't go watch my September setup, but these are the colors I'm actively using for my spreads. And then these are just like the rest of my stuff, to be honest. Is this collection smaller than normal? Yeah, definitely. But it's because whenever I went home, last time I did my last stationery organizing video, I uncluttered a bunch of stuff. And then when I left for college a couple days ago, I split my stuff between me and my sister. So I'm always sharing with her, but I want to organize all of these pens into these 3 buckets based on color. I'm hopefully gonna do it in 3, but if they look too sparse, I will try to condense them into 2 different buckets and leave the last one for something else. So I'm just gonna roll the time lapse so we can get this going. Okay, so here is a status update. This is what I finalized with the markers here. I was going back and forth a lot. You probably saw it. I was gonna do the blacks and whites here, then the cool tones and the colors. Then they looked too sparse. So then I condensed all of the water-based markers into 2 buckets, not 3. And then I had a couple of Hoo alcohol marker packets that I wanted to put in this one over here. It was just like 6 markers too tight, so I couldn't fit those last 6 in there. So then plan C, I suppose, was let's spread them out by color again, but now let's interdisperse the water-based markers with the alcohol markers. So if you look really closely in there, there are some water-based markers as well as the alcohol markers in here, but they do look distinguishably different enough that I can determine which one is which. The second tier is going to be ephemera, washi tape, that stuff. And I don't think it'll take me that long at all to put that in there. The bottom tier is where it gets most tricky. So I guess it's just like experimental, like kind of figure it out. Also, there's more space up here as well. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure. If we look back over on the stuff on my desk, this is what I have left. This bag right here is a bunch, I wouldn't even say like junk. It's not junk. They're all very useful things, but a bunch of just random things like clips, scissors, tapes, staples, my alphabet stamps that need to go somewhere and can most likely fit on the art card somewhere. But like as of right now, it's just in a bag. I also have the rest of my alcohol markers in this, which I actually kind of love on the desk. I didn't even realize this, but my desk is bamboo and the alcohol marker set is bamboo. So it literally matches perfectly, the two of them together. So part of me wants to keep this on my desk as decoration, not to mention that my desk is quite big now. So I do have space to like push this in the corner and still have more room for other things on my desk, like my laptop and things like that. Now, my stacks of journals here and here, I actually was thinking I'm gonna put these outside in the hallway because I have this basket over here. This has all of my notebooks in it for classes, which start tomorrow. So this will go in my backpack. I'll put that there very shortly. But this basket I got at IKEA for like, I don't know, 12 bucks. And this is gonna go on a shelf outside. And I think I'm going to put my filming equipment in here because I have things like extra mics, little tripods, an extra camera even that I'd like to store away somewhere. So this would be nice to just like store it somewhere elsewhere that's not in my room. And then I was thinking on the shelf next to it, I could put the remainder of my bullet journals because I do use them quite frequently for videos. I'm like referencing these things all the time, but I'm not opening them every day. So they don't need to be like on my art cart for immediate accessibility. And they don't need to be on my desk because it will just take up a lot of space, but they do need to be relatively reachable. So there's a bookshelf right out that door that I think I'm going to put my journals on. Alright, so we've made it to the point where my desk is pretty much clear, which I honestly want to keep it this way as much as possible. It is so annoying to me when I'm going to sit on my desk on an everyday basis and I have clutter everywhere. Usually whenever I shoot videos, like a plan with me video, my desk is covered in stationery. So I immediately clean things up after shooting because I want it to be empty, minimal, clean, give me space to work out my ideas, my journaling, and I'm on my computer, things like that. So ideally, this is as cluttered as I want it to be. I want my markers in the corner because again, the bamboo matches. I want these 3 journals. This is my current journal, my writing journal, and a book that I have for my Bible study. Now this is, like I said, my TBR jar for my book channel. But the lighting is very harsh here. If I'm like very dual toned with the light and the darkness, sorry. Anyway, this has my TBR prompts that I choose my monthly TBRs with. This also was where I put my pens for each month, like I said earlier, but they're currently on the art cart, which I will show you a final tour of in just a few minutes. But for now, this needs to go somewhere. I'm honestly thinking that this should go on my bookshelf to put it in like the book side of the room and keep this more of the creative side, because I haven't shown you like a full room tour yet, but this is where my desk is, and then my books are going to be in the opposite corner of the room. So I'm thinking as I'm speaking to you that I should put this over there instead. I will replace it, however, with this little fake plant that was on my bookshelf. I think it can come over here and kind of add some more greenery. The final step for this video, I think, is going to be doing the wall grid. Now, like I said, I have no clue what I'm gonna put on here yet. I want to add a lot more decor. That might be in like a future video possibly, but I want to for sure get this up on the wall. You probably can't even see it. It's like white on a gray wall, but I want to get this up on the wall, get these little things hooked on it, and then maybe I can determine what I actually want to place on here. It's going to take a little bit of mental gymnastics, so let me kind of do my thing and I'll get back to you. All right, so we've made it to the end of the video. My stationery is all organized. My desk is all set up. It is looking quite simple right now. I am looking to add more decor, especially on the wall. I'm thinking to just like fill out the space a little more, but for now, I quite like it. So let's do a quick final tour so you can see how everything is set up. So here is the entire overview of my new desk space. I'm so happy with how clean and tidy this looks. I tucked the art cart on the side here next to the desk, and because it has wheels, although it is on carpet, I can roll it around next to my chair if I need to access something. And then the desk fits snugly in the corner, and I have my wall grid up here on the wall. So starting with the grid wall, I want to add a lot more to this. Okay, starting out with that, there's going to be a lot more detail to this, but for now we have this first tray which has my annotating tabs and post-its in it, and then the second tray has a couple of random stuff like scissors, eraser, glue, and then I just hung my headphones on it. I want to add some more pictures or decorations, but for now I just put a little green bow on the top. I think it looks super cute. On the left here I have my alcohol markers from Ohuhu in the bamboo box that perfectly matches the desk. I think it looks so good together. And then like I said, my Bible study book, a couple journals, and just a little fake plant for now. My laptop of course sits right there in the middle with the charger going down there. There's a trash can down there. My new brown chair that I got off Facebook Marketplace secondhand. And I also plopped a little white lamp on here for working at night so I have some more light on my desk. Now the main star of the show, probably besides the grid wall, is my art cart of course. This isn't too different from past setups, but I'll show you a full tour so you kind of get the gist of what I'm working with here. So on the first row we have all our markers. So these are all the black and white neutrals, the warm tones, and the cool tones. And like I said, they're water-based and alcohol-based markers mixed in these boxes. Up here is where I put my markers for my September theme. And every month I will switch these out with the colors that I'm using for that theme. So in October, these will definitely change. Over here I have a bunch of my regular pencils, pens, white gel pens, calligraphy pens, lead. I even have, I think, what do you call these, like little knife things that you cut paper with. On the top, this is kind of junky, I know, but I needed a space to put them anyway. So I have my clips, my gold binder clips, foam memo printer, alphabet stamp, state stamp, stapler, tape. And then coming down to the next row, I have my boxes of ephemera lined up here along with some random extra paper, envelopes, little white baggies, and then a little space for my 3 stickers that I just recently released on my online shop, shopthemangostudio.com if you're interested. Gotta support my own business, of course. Over here are all of my washi tapes, and I also have my label maker in here. It usually just sits on top, and I'll also probably just place my scissors on here as well because it's like easy to put your scissors right there. The bottom tier is the most junky. I know it looks a little messy, but it is at the bottom so no one truly sees it. I have things like sticker paper. This is watercolors. This is a bag with my external hard drives in it. My current cross-stitch project, some ink pads. That back there is my book embossing kit. But yeah, it's a little junky at the bottom, I know, but no one will see it, and I gotta store something somewhere. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video and sending me this gorgeous bamboo standing desk. I'm literally in love with it. It's so nice. It's so much space. This is also the smaller size. You could even get bigger if you wanted to. If you want to check them out, the link will be in the description box below to go check out their products. And also, if you're interested in any of the links to something that I bought or showed you in this video, comment down below and I will try to find it so I can send you the link for that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you won't miss my new video coming next Saturday. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one.